everyone, Michelle Fixit here. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing video on a HyperTough 2.1 amp oscillating multi-tool. I just call it my multi-purpose tool. I have bought so many of these. You can buy them at Walmart, the HyperTough ones for, 20, 23 bucks. They last a long time. They're great for first time homeowner projects, or if you're just getting into a trade or something. You don't have to get the really expensive ones. My first one that I ever had was a Craftsman, and the motor blew on it, and I got really upset because of course it was out of warranty. So if you're looking for a great power tool that is cheap and has a lot of functionality, this is where it's at. Unfortunately, I have a few of these because, they're cheap and you have rentals and you have to have tools for properties, or you don't want to worry about your tools washing off and being upset because they're expensive. You find out what stuff works really well if it's cheap, and this is one of the products. So I couldn't find one of my other ones, so I just went ahead and bought another one, which is why you guys are getting an unboxing video out of it. So it actually has a change in the speed, so you can set it all the way down to minimum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 does not exist. It's max. It's going to come to you looking like this. But don't you worry, it's going to have multiple attachments. And you can get attachments for this guy for really cheap. So you're going to open up your box, which we already did, and then open up your bag, which we're doing now. Third story, so I'm a little out of breath, and I'm just doing this for posterity's sake for you guys. And you're going to have a bolt, a washer, and then a locking washer. So you are also going to have this triangle shaped guy for sanding. So if you open him up, I'm not going to use him for sanding. He has Velcro-iness going on. I know I need to do my nails. And then he has all these little holes. So you're going to want to pay attention to the little holes and stuff, because they're going to go into these little holes for the holes. That is wrong. You don't want the shiny side out. You want this side out. And you just lock it into the holes. And then you would put these guys on it, and then you would put your sandpaper, which they do provide you with some sandpaper, and it just sticks right there. So it's your first thing that you can do with it, which again, I'm not doing it. The other thing that you can do with it is scraping and stuff. So this attachment is like a scraper one. Okay, so same deal. You're gonna put it in with the little holes, and you're gonna put the locking washer, the washer, and the bolt in there, and then tighten it down. So you can do it this way. You can kind of pick whatever way you want to, and then you can also do it sideways. That's why it's a multi-purpose tool, because it has multiple different things you can use. And then what I'm going to be using it for today is for cutting. So as you can see, it's blurry. I need to clean the lens here. So this has a serrated edge to it. And this one says wood/plastic. So if you're doing flooring, which is what I'm doing right now, you're going to want to cut the base of the door casings so that you can go ahead and continue to install your flooring and stuff instead of having to do all this goofiness. So we're going to put this on. And again, if you want to, you can do it sideways. You can do it in different orientations. Really pick how you want it to be for what you're doing. For my application, I'm going to be setting it up like this, because I'm going to be cutting the bottom of the door casing off. And then you are going to put your washer on. And I can look at the instructions, I just am so used to doing this. Because now that I'm doing a tutorial on it, or an unboxing video on it, I'll look at it really quick. Just to make sure, because there are times where they change stuff. And yeah, so there's still washer, locking washer. Yeah, it's just a quick little how-to for install. Well, they actually don't talk about the locking washer at all in here, which is interesting. but I use the locking washer. So on the pictures, it'll show to just use the washer. So to show you guys what I do, just because they're not very specific on it. So for me, I get the blade or whatever attachment I'm going to have it on there. I stick that with the holes and everything so that it's solidly on there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the washer. And the washer typically has like a bevel out point. See how it's like bubbling on this side, and this side is like rounded out, and this is concave. So I stick that on where the concave side is facing it, so that way it's going to compress it, because if I was to flip it, then it's not going to really hold on to the whole thing. And in the instructions, they don't talk about this at all. They just talk about putting it on there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my locking washer, and I'm going to attach that to my bolts. So like that. And then after those two are in, then I'm going to hand tighten my bolt on there. And then I'm going to use my Allen wrench to lock it down. You're just going to really overly tighten this guy up. And you want to overly tighten it, because here's the thing, if it's not overly tightened and it's really loose, this blade will go woo, 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 all over the place. Because I teach people how to do stuff, and I have seen that happen where they're like, I thought it was tight, and it's like, it's not tight unless it's tight enough to be able to do tricks. So you really want to make sure it's like super duper tight. And it is, and that's it. And then if you have power, then you will be able to plug it in after you take the little twisty tie off. And we'll see if husband Cat hooked this up with power. And we will make sure that it isn't off. And you have an on-off switch here. And then this is the variable speed. So you choose your speed, so that's minimum. Turn it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there you go. Now you have a cool new tool to play with. Make sure you're using 2 hands when you're first getting used to it. Make sure that you always turn it on and off to make sure that whatever attachments you have on it is working and it's securely on there, because you would hate to start on something and then have that blade switch around. And that's it. Then you just get down to cutting and stuff, which I, probably not going to be doing a video on right now. But you guys like and subscribe. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye.